Turn it all the way up. Yep.
Okay. All right, got it. That's good.
Turn your headphones.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
My bad.
It's all right.
All right. Have fun.
Cool. Thank you, Kramer.
You're recording.
The Week 10 NFL Survivor and Circa Million Contest Picks edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with my promo code BOMBS. And now, with that...
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Everyone! It's bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera. You're a creep.
The best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bottom Line Bombs. This show that's picks with bits for tobacco use only. I am your host, Scumbag Vance, the laddie daddy, the bet detective. CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. All right, we are here live. You're looking live at the SGPN Studios of Eagle Rock, California. On Thursday, November 6th, recording live. If you're watching live on the YouTube, come on over to the YouTube. Bottom Line Bombs / whatever it is, SGPN. You know what I mean. If you're listening on X, hop on over. That way you can join the chat. You can be like John, who's here with a bomb. Absolutely. Got him. Said he needs the answer sheet this week, Bet Detective. Well, that's what I'm here for. Giving all the answers. Sort of. You know what I mean. Giving out 5 picks against the spread for the Circa Million Contest. The spread just dropped this morning. Hopefully we'll pursue the $20 to $20 million. And we'll give out a survivor entry. I still have one left. Sharing with Kaz, part of the C-Generate, this associate, so we're not exactly out yet.
I am not a fucking loser!
Hopefully we can ride that all the way towards the end. We have Thursday Night Football. We'll get into that in a second here. We did well on Monday night. Hope you guys listened then on the answer keys. We had Arizona outright, money line. We had Marvin Harrison Jr. ladder. Got almost up to 100 yards. He had 96. Jacoby Brissett decided, maybe we should throw it to our best player that we have, other than Trey McBride. Even hit a little CD Lamb action. So we did well there. I should say, not to bring anyone down, there was terrible news this morning. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, their player Marshawn Nealand unalived himself, passed away, suicide. Terrible story, very tragic, obviously. I'll say this. He scored a touchdown on Monday night on the blocked punt, 24, which is very sad, but he was obviously suicidal. It's weird. I do like that they told us how he died. First, he's just like, oh, he died after scoring a touchdown. Like, what? Oh, Jesus. Then you got to figure out your own ways. And then they revealed more into it. Oh, he committed suicide, which, you know, obviously terrible. I never ask why when I hear someone killed themselves. I get why. You don't do it, obviously, but I get why. I'll just say that. Even after scoring a touchdown. But what we don't need, though, is now the more reports are coming out. Now I'm getting 911 calls of the girlfriend saying, you know, he's suicidal. Like, oh, this is heartbreaking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know what? Maybe we don't need all that. We don't need all those details. We can leave some things private. That's what I'm trying to say. Tell us how it happened. That's fine. You know, call out to your loved ones, all that. But, yeah, I don't need all the goddamn gory details of this thing. I don't need to do the chase and recreate the whole scene. But, yeah, that's obviously a horrible situation. Anyway. I don't know why I brought it up. I brought it up because it was on my newsfeed. You couldn't get out of it. It was either that or Penn Gaming selling out the draft. ESPN sell to DraftKings. That's also a great story. But I'll talk about that more in the man in the box situation. Sorry, I'm still out of it from daylight savings. You know what I mean? Like when people are doing that. Someone heard that yesterday. Someone's still trying to blame daylight savings for being late. A week later, and Wednesday, this was. First of all, daylight savings happened on Saturday night, and it had nothing to do with you. It happened while you were sleeping. Your phones changed. You didn't even know. Everything changed except for your microwave. Your microwave is the only thing that did not know what the hell happened. Oh, like you got off a flight from Japan or something. Oh, my God, I'm still trying to get my bearings from that hour. I thought I woke up at 9, but it was actually 8. Or whatever it was. Fall back, spring ahead. Whatever the good one is. It used to be good when we get the extra hour to go out. Now it's the extra hour to sleep. Stay in, although it gets dark early now. As Yogi Bear kind of said. Anyway. All right. Let's get into the show here. I'm all over the place. Like I said, I'm all over because of the daylight savings. College basketball tipped off this week, so make sure you subscribe to the College Experience. Catch your daily podcast. Download the SGPN app for free college basketball picks. My man Colby D. Picks Dundee. Moneyline Mac. I think no Beatniks in there. Great show. I did a college football picks show with him last night, Wednesday night. It was great. It was lit in the chat. The chat was going crazy. There was, it was great. Anyone who's over there from there watching the Bottom Line Bombs, I appreciate it. You guys were amazing. We were donating. It was like a telethon last night. People were tipping. Incredible. Excellent Tennessee Oiler hat, Adam says. Thank you very much. Well, the story of the Oiler hat, if you don't know, it's part of the $20 to $20 million. When I ran $20 up with all these bets and I wanted to bet the Edmonton Oilers, and I did, and I looked for an Edmonton Oiler hat, and you could not find one. Not here in Los Angeles, certainly not in Las Vegas, anywhere. None of the lids, no one had it. In LA, I thought like, oh, you guys don't have an Edmonton Oiler hat because it's your rival? And the girl's like, yeah, no, that's not it. It's the colors. We don't like the colors, so we don't even know what a rival is or who they are. So anyway, lots of fun happening here. Now let's get into Thursday night football. We have Denver and Las Vegas. Line is 8.5. Denver's favored by 8.5. Total's 42.5. It's in Mile High, of course. Las Vegas coming off of a tough spot where they lost in overtime at home. Now they got a short week on the road. Traditionally, that's not a good spot for anybody, especially a team as bad as the Raiders. Now, the Raiders did show a little life with Brock Bowers back. I will give them that. But I do not like their chances tonight. A lot of people are on the dogs. You think the line is too high. I don't think it is. We're going to be on Denver tonight. The thing is with Vegas, the Vegas Raiders, they're a Halloween team. You know, they played at home on Halloween versus Jacksonville. It was a great game. Went down to the wire. Came down to a 2-point conversion in overtime. But, the Raiders are a team that really gets into Halloween. They're that house that really overdoes it. They got the smoke machines. They got the music. They got the dad in the tombstone, and the casket in the front yard who pops out. They got all kinds of terrifying things. We're like, man, they really go out for Halloween. They do. They do. And they do it up. And they have punches and witches brews. And then after Halloween, they do that classic. One of my favorite parts of Halloween is the walk of shames people have to do in their costumes. After going after it a little too hard. You see a Snow White missing a heel, crying and mascara going. That's what Vegas is now. They have the Halloween hangover, if you will. They really did it up versus Jaguars, and now they come in to Denver where there's altitude. That definitely affects you. I found out the hard way when I first went to Colorado many years ago. I think I was in Vail visiting my sister who lived there, and we went out to bars, and there was like water coolers at every bar, and they're like, make sure you're drinking some water with every beer because of the altitude. I was like, get out of here. I know what I'm doing. And then, after the sixth song, the sixth drink, I was like almost famous on top of the roof. I'm the Lizard King, for God's sakes. I mean, yeah, that altitude will get you. And I think it does get you tonight. So it's a good, nice spot for the Broncos here. I think they put it on them. A couple props that we do like is J.K. Dobbins. Someone put that out in the chest. Go Beavs up there. I love Go Beavs. Shout out to you. J.K. Dobbins' total is 68.5. I think he has a nice game tonight. Raiders, I think, are fourth worst against the rush and EVA. Travis Etienne absolutely ate them up last week. They could not stop them. The Raiders' defense is just bad. They just do not have a good roster when it comes down to it, really. I mean, they're not good. Dobbins has been a little disappointing, but he produces. I think he gets in the end zone as well, but we'll take him over 68.5 yards, no problem. Let's smash that one. If you want to look on the other side, now Brock Bowers is back. I'm not going to touch Brock Bowers' numbers. They're a little high. Also, Denver does a good job of containing him, if you will. Now, they just traded Jacoby Myers. So the receiver, there are opportunities with the receivers. You have Trey Tucker. You have Tyler Lockett. The Raiders signed them for some reason. Why did you sign Tyler Lockett, Las Vegas?
That's not the answer.
No, it's not. So there are opportunities for a ladder if we do want a ladder here. Now let's take a look. Let's take a stab, because when we're looking for ladders, and we're always looking for a ladder. Look at someone who's undervalued. Someone's going to get a nice opportunity who's got a very low number, and we're going to go with Jack Beck. He is he's a Mormon, you know what I mean?
Give it up for the exciting one.
He's someone they liked in the preseason. I think they're going to want now that they've kind of cashed in on the season, they're going to try to give opportunities here. So Jack Beck's numbers, the ladder starts at 15 yards, so we can ladder him up at receiving yards. In the game script, Raiders will have to be throwing the ball since they will be behind. 40 yards at DraftKings for Jack Beck is plus 430. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Bomb that. We'll start at 15. We'll skip a few rungs. 50 yards is plus 720. 60 yards is plus 1120. Over 11-1 for 60 yards for a receiver that will be out on the field, and 3 wide receivers set to even ask Chip Kelly. So is Trey Tucker going to be the number one? No, that's not really what we do. We just look for guys that can run fast with the ball towards the end zone. Okay, Chip. All right, Chip. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for checking in. Now we know why your offense is 30th in the league. But to keep going, 70 yards for Jack Beck plus 1820, 80 yards 28-1, and this is as much as they'll give you, 90 yards plus 4,300. That is 43-1. Receptions might be a better way to go with Beck because yards might be, but that's. But I like. Let's go with the yards. I don't even know if they offer that. So many. Troy Franklin should also have a nice game for Denver, but let's stick with J.K. Dobbins and Jack Beck. All right, and we're trying to lay the 8.5 with Denver. That is the play. We're going to go with him. Let's get a Jack Beck ladder. Why not? Why can't we get it? Why can't we get a white angle release? I haven't given out a white angle release in a while. That's what I should be using this for. If you remember, C-Generates, last year I would give out the Woes releases. It's a play on the Right Angle Sports, which is a tout service, Right Angle Sports, and Adam Chernoff, who does not work for them anymore, but they would do the Right Angle Sports releases, because this was a company known for moving lines, usually college basketball totals, but they would think it was everyone. So they would do this big suspenseful thing like, okay, here's a right angle release. And they would set up a play, set up number 433, Denver minus 8.5. That is a no-go. And then they try to fake you out to see who would bet it, and they would move the numbers, and that is a go. So I would give out white angle releases instead of right angle. And that is usually a white skilled player who is undervalued because players take bad angles on him because they can't believe he's that fast because he's white. That's the white angle release. And Jack Beck. Lance Allworth. That's a fake. That's no-go. That's a no-go. Ed McCaffrey. That is a no-go. That is not a go. Jack Beck. That's a white angle release. That's a go. You're right. Beck receptions are not on DK. But anyway, that's our play. Jack Beck. Let's get that ladder going. And then we'll come back and we'll talk. Now we'll get into this weekend with the millions after I tell you about my bookie. I do have a song for my bookie. My bookie. Wherever I bet, he bets. My bookie. My bookie AG. My bookie. We're brought to you by my bookie. It's your place to bet on football and everything else. Prop builder second to none. The motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts. A bet I like, I already told you, I like that Broncos minus 8.5. We're going with that. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Also brought to you by Novig. You know what I say about Novig. I don't like juice. I don't like the rake. And I don't like the Vig. So Novig, which is America's #1 sports prediction market, you're getting the best prices. It's available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5. Use promo code SGPN. And get in on the action with Novig promo code SGPN. All right, we are back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us live and listening in your cars or wherever you are listening throughout this entire weekend. You chose the right podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you're watching right now in the chat room. You know how that goes as well. 100% a go, Feach Labadia says.
It's 100% a go. It's 100% a go. In all analytics and all data, it's 100% a go.
Damn right. That should be my white angle release soundbite. I like that feature. All right, let's get into the Circa Millions 5 picks against the spread contest. $20 into $20 million.
For $20 you can buy yourself one.
All right, we went 3-2 last week to wrap up the second quarter. Week 9 is the second quarter. First quarter was weeks 1 through 4. Second was 5 through 9. That goes 4-5, 4-5, I believe. So clean slate. We are 25-20 on the season. Not bad. 5 games over 500. Not great either. Certainly not money in this impossible contest. But we've been on kind of a heater. We went 3-2 last week. We went 5-0 the week before. Slipped to 2-3 and a 5-0 before that. So that's what? 15-5 in the last 4 weeks. Not too bad. 15-5 is good. Still doesn't get it done for this play. But let's talk first game, European game back. We're back to Germany just when we thought it was over. They make us wake up again early in the morning. But this is for Feach, who's over there in Europe. This is a Germany game. Colts and Falcons. Colts are -6.5. What's better for these German fans than to see Danny Dimes come on over there after turning the ball over 6 times? That's why they're laying 6.5 for the 6 turnovers he had against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know Ryan Kramer, perpetual Daniel Jones hater. A lot of Daniel Jones haters out there. They could not wait to dismiss these Colts. They think they're a fraud. God forbid they have an outlier of a game. Yes, they turned the ball over 6 times. Yes, half of them were Daniel Jones' fault. But my God, I mean, he's put enough in the bank this year, where we can give him a little bit of a break there. And that was in Pittsburgh. Now he's playing the Falcons, who do have a decent defense. It's a little fugazi, if you ask me, but you know. But that's not even the point. I think the Colts do bounce back in this game, mainly because I think Atlanta's awful. We were on them last week, and they almost pulled off the upset in New England. But if you watched it, which I did later on, Michael Penix is just boring. I can't believe he's boring, but he is. I don't know what they're doing over there. It's got to be the offense coordinator. All they do is throw it to the flat. They barely give it to Bijan. He just lobs it up to Drake London, who's great. But this is not a sustainable offense. I think the Colts defense will have ample opportunities to pounce on this boring Falcon offense over there in Germany. I think the Colts can bounce back. Anything under a touchdown with this offense racks it up. Now, Germany does make it a little more... throws a little monkey in the wrench, if you will. You know, you never know what happens in those games. And they love saying, don't take games off in America. So you don't know what happens over there. Okay, well, they're still playing football. Yes, the grass is different. Yes, the crowds are weird, and they have scarves, and they do chants, and, maybe they're not used to it over there. But we're forcing our product down their throat anyway. So we will see what happens over there, but I do like the Colts, and I love, and I really can't get enough more of Irsay's daughter. She is the best. If you haven't watched her, the sideline queen there for the Colts there to the daughter, she puts the headset on. She's got the clipboard. So you know the laddie daddy loves a clipboard. She's got the clipboard. She's got the headset. She listens to the plays. She takes notes. She rolls her eyes. She keeps those boys in line. And they just made a trade for Sauce Gardner. Did they give up too much? Yeah, they did. Do we care? No. But one thing it'll at least it's got to boost morale a little bit. They're like, hey, we got Sauce Gardner. At least they're trying something. We're the Colts. I think he's overrated, but he'll definitely go up there, and he'll still has his passport. He was just over there in Europe for the Jets. So I think, I don't know how much he'll help in this game itself, but he'll be out there. Why not? Can't hurt. Toss him out there. Maybe he'll get a pick. Who knows? Adam wants to know, what is she writing on the clipboard? What in the hell is she writing? She's taking out all the notes that she wants. She says she likes, and I agree with her. She's like, if you're going to run this business, you got to be involved in it, so you know who's not bullshitting you. Because that's most of companies and CEOs and work. It's just these upper managers make money. They just bullshit you and pass the buck and, say things that try to get you out of the room. So she's jotting down plays. Run left, run right, I guess. I don't know what she's writing down, but God bless her because she's a lady.
Dancing for ladies!
She does bring the paper and the passion. You're right, Feach. Just like the laddie daddy himself. I bring the paper and the passion. The computer here is just for aesthetics. I had someone dress up as her for Halloween, and no one knew it. But the people who do know it, a couple dads recognized it. Anyway, I didn't dress up. The old ex did. Anyway, she is. I just like how she's keeping the boys in line. I think every football team should have a woman on the sideline with a clipboard, keeping the boys in line. You know, so there's no more grab assing and lying to each other. I actually think there should be a woman. Women should coach men, and men should coach women. The only way to do it. Nothing better than being allowed to scream, like a woman screaming, dressing football players down would be hilarious. And the other way around too. Like Gino Ariema just murdering, screaming at girls to set better picks and shit like that. It's just fucking hilarious. That should be the standard. Anyway, we're going to bomb Colts -6.5 in Yuma to start our game early. And then, boom, we'll start our Sunday. Which programming note, C-generates? Not only am I doing the prop show today, later on, actually in an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, with Sean and Ryan on the main show, which we always do every Thursday, even though I missed last week. We're doing the prop show. Then I do the 3-generate show afterwards, which will be airing tomorrow. For all you Bottom Line Bomb subscribers, make sure you're subscribed to hit that with Hannibal Burrs and Kevin Bozeman. But Sunday, Sean and Ryan do the pregame show. The pregame gets you ready for at 9 o'clock or an hour before kickoff, 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern. Sean, of course, will be in Lambeau this Monday night to watch his Birds play the Packers.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
So I will be substituting in. Me and Ryan Kramer will be in studio for the pregame show on Sunday. So make sure you tune into that. Anyway, Laddie Daddy is back. All right, let's go on to the next game. We're going to go Tampa Bay, New England. Line is 2.5, Tampa Bay. Everyone is in on this on these Patriots. They're getting 2.5. They're playing solid ball. Everyone loves Mike Vrabel. He's coach of the year. We get it. I think people are getting a little too high on these Patriots. Just a little bit. Mike Vrabel, if you didn't hear him this week, even he's getting cocky. And Vrabel's usually the most serious guy there is. They asked him why he didn't make any trade, or did he make a trade? Were they close to making a trade? And he was like, he tried to make some joke like, it's like being pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. So I don't know how close we came. We're not. But then, we looked into it. We checked under the hood. We took her out for a bit, We got in there, but there was we were shooting blanks, I guess. What? Jesus, Vrabel. This is terrible. Well, sometimes we had a pregnancy scare, and then, okay, did you make a trade or not, Mike? Coach, stop talking about pregnancy. And that's when meatheads start thinking they're funny, when things start getting too good for them. And people are kind of laughing. They're like, okay, now we're just all uncomfortable. So now to go to Tampa Bay. And here's one thing with the Patriots. Their schedule has been, historically weak. Yes, they are getting wins, and they do look good. Even though they kind of slipped up last week versus the Raiders, they still got the 1-point win. But they've been beaten up on bad teams. They beat the Bills as well. But this is going to be the first real test. Down to Tampa Bay, South Florida, Buccaneers coming off a bye, Baker off a bye. He said this is when real football starts. Now, granted, they're not as healthy as we thought they're going to be. Godwin and Bucky Irving don't look like they're playing again. We don't know what the hell is going on down there. But you get Tampa Bay under a field goal at home at Sombrero down to South Florida. There will be New Englanders down there. There's always obnoxious New Englanders down there in Florida. But as far as the game itself goes, New England not great against the pass. Neither is Tampa Bay. There will be a lot of points scored here. But I'm going to trust in Baker off the bye at home, being the first actual good test. Not the first one, but one of the very few ones that New England has had. I think this is a very step up in class for New England. Give me Tampa Bay -2.5. Let's go Baker. Plus, it always just feels good betting on Baker. How funny was Baker on the Manning cast the other night? He was hilarious. Good Lord. The Mannings are pretty funny, but Baker was great. They asked him about that scramble play for San Francisco. Oh, man, you ever practice your scrambling? He goes, yeah, I did one time in Fayetteville, and I got arrested. Making fun of his, public drunkenness college days. Nothing wrong with that. We all love Baker. Baker. I just love guys we just forgive for mistakes because they're funny and moxie. Vrabel's the opposite. Vrabel's doing obscene pregnancy bits about trade deadlines. No, whoa, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear Baker talking about trying to punch a cop in college. And that's what we're doing. We're doing Baker Mayfield -2.5 versus the New England Patriots. All right, so that's Colts 6.5, Tampa Bay 2.5. Those are two favorites. As we get into the Circa Millions, we got about 3 more to play. Then I got some survivors, then some man in the box. But I got to tell you about Underdog, of course. Can I possibly do a show without telling you guys about Underdog? No, I cannot. Can I find the slide? Yes, I can. Next slide, Sullivan, as I'm known on the college show. Underdog's your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000x. A pick'em entry I liked that I put J.K. Dobbins higher than 70.5 yards, which he is an underdog, and Trey Tucker higher than 44.5 yards. I think that's a solid one, even though we are rooting for the Jack Beck ladder. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code BOMBS. Then we got the rhythm. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you with props. Rhythm's crushing it in college football, NFL, and they just added the NBA. They're giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. You get 5 bets of the same type from any model. You can win $1,000. A rhythm prediction they like for tonight's game is J.K. Dobbins over half of a reception. It's heavily juiced, but they think he will catch one ball. I kind of agree. I think Dobbins has a monster game tonight. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. Use promo code SGPN25. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy, Scumbag Vance, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. Thank you guys for coming in here live in the chat room. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. In the chat, in the YouTube, whatever. Tell your phone that you like my phone. Like I said, just hit the like button. You don't have to actually like me. You don't have to like anything I say. You don't have to like my thoughts on suicide or ESPN bet. But you can lie. Just lie. Tell your phone that you like my phone is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's get back into the Circa Millions. We gave out Colts 6.5, Tampa Bay 2.5. Now let's go to this Houston-Jacksonville game. Line is -1.5 for Jacksonville. Houston is a home dog. This is going to be an ugly game. The first game was ugly. Week 3, 17-10 Jacksonville. Now I am a Jaguar. I am a jag off, as Kramer says.
Duval.
Love my Jags. I have a lot of futures on these Jags. I don't like this spot for them at all. Jaguars were just in Las Vegas last week. They had a great overtime win against the Raiders after getting crushed over in Europe. Now they have the Vegas hangover. This is a real thing. Teams that travel to Vegas. Let me pull this up for you because I actually have an actual stat for this. I know you don't get actual stats on this show a lot, but here's an actual stat. All right, the Jags played on the road in Week 9, and now they have to go on. They stay on the road, travel to Houston. This is known as the Vegas hangover. Teams are just 1-11 against the spread, with a -11.9 against the spread margin when playing on the road the following week after a trip to Vegas. That team has also gone, their opponent's gone over their team total 75% of the time. Now, it's a little bit different with CJ Stroud being out. He is concussed. And now they bring in the neck himself, Davis Mills, who did not look good last week in relief in the middle of the game. They kind of blew it versus Denver. But at the same time, he came in middle of the game. I think if you gave Davis Mills the full week of practice, he'll be good enough. And all he has to be is good enough. Houston's defense is the number one in football, I think, along with Denver. They are smashing. Jacksonville's very banged up. The receivers are banged up. They just traded for Jacoby Myers. He might have to be their number one. Travis Hunter is out. Brian Thomas is out. Duami Brown is out. Things are not looking good Jacksonville-wise, health-wise. Now, I get, and the Vegas hangover is real. We all have a great time in Vegas. And then when you come, then you have to go somewhere, then you have to go right to work from there. It's never good. You can't reacclimate yourself into society. It's a completely different world. You're walking around. You think every woman's, on the clock, if you will. You think everyone's trying to hustle you. Everything's fun and good. Oh, you're drinking outside. You can't drink outside. What? Sure you can. No. You're in Houston, pal. This isn't Vegas. So, with those stats, and I hate to do it, and this is a divisional game, usually it will split. If Jacksonville sweeps Houston, it'd be great for my Jacksonville futures, but I don't see it. I think this is going to be a very low scoring game, obviously. Also, this did give me hesitation, and I hate to tell you this, C-Generous. I was going to break the news to you on the prop show, but there's no Kami Farbarn for this game. The apostrophe gang. He is hurt. What? He was in line to kick 8 field goals in this game. My guy. The apostrophe. Who went 5 out of 6 last week. They should adjust this line. Jaguars should be laying 10. Who are we kidding? Without the apostrophe. So they're going to replace the apostrophe. I don't know how. So they're going to have to go with touchdowns. This is going to be tough. But you can't argue with that Vegas hangover tradition there. So we're going to go Houston plus 1.5.
It's 100% a go. It's 100% a go. In all analytics and all data, it's 100% a go.
That Davis Mills, not a great backup, but he does have a neck. He's got a long neck. There was a funny tweet online there, said next man up, and he had this long ass neck. He's got a Merton Hanks type neck, but we're gonna have to. He's got to squeeze it out. I see this as a 14-10, 21-17 type game. Anyway, all right. Let's go now to Baltimore, Minnesota. In Minnesota, Baltimore is laying 3.5 in Minnesota. Ravens are off a 10-day rest after destroying the Dolphins on a Thursday ago. They got their general manager fired because of it. Did you see that? The Dolphins fired their general manager, and Stephen A. Smith was mad about it because they didn't fire the coach too in time or something. Like, what? What the fuck is wrong with these people?
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
He called it racist because the general manager is black. That general manager for the Dolphins, by the way, has been there for like 15 years. He's been there forever. And McDaniels, if you don't like him or not, whatever, but he's also half black, or if you listen to my last show, mulatto.
And I'll leave it at that.
And so will I.
But yeah, he deserved to get fired. And don't worry, McDaniels will get fired. Don't you worry about that, Stephen. Now, that's what their shows are about. They're angry about the timing of the firings. Why wasn't he fired first? Fire him! Oh, my God. But yes, he definitely should have been gone a long, long time ago, says John. And part of the problem was probably because the trade deadline came and there's like, not to get into the Dolphins, but hey, yeah, so we're thinking of trading everyone that you signed. Jalen, Phillips, Jalen Waddle, all those guys. he's like, no, I don't want to trade them. They're good. We can win with them. No, we can't. So, yeah, we're going to fire you and get someone to trade these guys. And that's basically how that worked. Anyway, let's go to Baltimore in Minnesota. Minnesota had a surprising upset win in Detroit last week. So it's a big kind of a letdown spot. And JJ McCarthy came back. Everyone's like, oh, JJ's back. The footage they're showing of JJ McCarthy. I don't know if you saw him afterwards in the locker room. They waited for him like it was a wedding reception. There he is! And like, what a story! He's been through so much! Break us down! And he does his demon mode. JJ McCarthy does his demon mode. He gets into a character he calls 9. What? Is that a Stranger Things type of thing? Either way, you're a fucking dork. JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy is a dork. I'll say it. The man in the box will say it. The cool man. I'm the cool man in the box. I'll tell you that. But he is an absolute dork. He starts doing this. He looks like a theater kid playing the role of a quarterback trying to pump people up. He's just insane. Anyway. I just don't. It gave me a bad feeling too, the way they pumped up JJ McCarthy for having a little ankle injury, while Carson Wentz is still lying on the field in Los Angeles after they murdered him to lose by 40. Like, whatever, just stay out there while we put JJ's ankle on ice. He's not ready yet. And you die. And then they dance on over him. Like, oh, whatever. They just toss him into the fucking... to the graveyard.
And people that are productive.
I know. Point is, now the Ravens come to town. Line's only 3.5. Baltimore knows they need to win this game. They see what's in front of them. This whole division's in front of them. They're going to make the playoffs. They're on a mission. They're better. I don't like this JJ McCarthy. I don't like this whole fucking number 9 bullshit. I just don't like him. So I'm not feeling this at all. Give me Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5 to beat 9, 6, 7, whatever the hell it is. How many 6, 7s did you see during Halloween? Now I get 6, 7. It's not supposed to mean anything, but it doesn't upset me because I know it's supposed to upset me. 6, 7. Anyway, Ronnie Pasco says Russell Wilson approves. I know. It just seems so fucking fake. God damn, why do I keep cursing?
Once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
What is going on with my soundboard? It doesn't serve right to me. I get we don't like Carson Wentz. I get that. Nobody likes Carson Wentz. I understand. But he is a person, for crying out loud. You can't just destroy his body. You can't just murder the man. Like as a job hire, like as a temporary, like he basically Brian Kelly'd him, put him in a scissor lift there. Just get out there. We're not going to protect you. We're going to lose by 50. And yeah, no, you can't come out. You have to stay there. Why, guys?
Why? Because fuck them. That's why.
I mean, Jesus. And then they don't even hear from him again. They don't even know he was on a team. As far as handicapping of the game, Baltimore should be able to run the ball. Their defense is playing. They always do play better out of the bye. So let's just pump the brakes on JJ McCarthy on his fourth start, I think, of all time. Against this Ravens defense, I think he'll be turned over. So we'll take Baltimore minus 4.5. All right, so we have 3.5. I'm sorry. Baltimore minus 3.5 according to Circa contest spreads. So that is 3 favorites, 1 dog. Let's wrap it up with a 5th dog here. Pittsburgh plus 2.5 at the LA Chargers. Sunday Night Football here in SoFi, in beautiful Los Angeles, California. The Steelers coming to town off of a big upset win versus the Colts. Defense turned Daniel Jones over 6 times. Now, Chargers are favored by 2.5. Chargers They lost Joe Alt, which is a big thing. It was their offensive tackle. They're a weird team. They had two great tackles. One went down in August. Now Joe Alt. Every time Joe Alt's in there, they look amazing. As soon as he gets hurt, they're awful. And it's just Justin Herbert back there. Now you play the Steelers with Watt and these guys. You kind of need offensive linemen to play the Steelers. That's going to definitely affect the game, if you will. They traded for that guard from the Saints who is not going to help at all. He wasn't even good for the Saints as a guard. No, now go play left tackle and protect Justin Herbert. You got Harbaugh versus Tomlin. You have Mike Tomlin as a dog. And more importantly, and you'll be hearing about it, this will be a home game for Pittsburgh. There will be no Charger fans at this game. It'll be 90% Yinzers and Stiller fans. Because I love to tell you, Steeler fans, they love to travel. They travel so well. Well, yes and no. Yes, there are a lot of Steeler fans all across the country. And yes, they are a very dedicated and great fan base. Not saying they're not. They love their Steelers. Stars! But it's not that they travel. It's just that they moved out of Pittsburgh. They don't live there anymore. They got the hell out of Pittsburgh, and they moved all around the country. In LA, trust me, I see them. They live here, and they wait to go to these games. They're not making these vacations everywhere else. They're not going to Indianapolis and all these bullshits. They got the hell out of there. But they will be there with their towels, their terrible towels, and their terrible complexions and whatnot. This will be an absolute takeover of the stadium on Sunday night. So it'll be a home game for the Steelers. I think the offensive line problems is going to be trouble. And yeah, they're in Rodgers in LA. I mean, my goodness graciousness. It's going to be, I don't even know what to do. I'm trying to think who the guard they traded for New Orleans.
Who is this guy?
I mean, my God. It's going to be gross. So give me Pittsburgh Steelers, pair, plus 2.5 to win. They're going to win outright Sunday night. So that is our 5 picks for the Circa Millions. Indianapolis minus 6.5, Tampa Bay minus 2.5, Houston plus 1.5, Baltimore minus 3.5, Pittsburgh plus 2.5. Now let's get into Survivor. Let me get it tight. That's the $20 and the 20 million. See, generous. As you know, we started with $20 at the end of last season, week 18. We hit a pleaser, got that up to 500. Made that to 5K when the Eagles beat the Chiefs. Made that 9K when the Thunder won the West. Brought it down a little bit when the Oilers lost, and so we still bought 5 Survivor entries, 1 Circa Millions, maxed out a couple more Survivor entries with C-Generate Associates, my ex-wife, my buddy, his girlfriend, and my sister. Combined a lot of our entries. Now we are down to just one final silver bullet to get us across the finish line in Circa Survivor. Which, hey, chip in a chair, as they say. We only got one, but we're still here. We still have a chance. Goddamn Green Bay Packers messed it up for us a little bit.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
When they lost to Carolina Panthers. What? At home. Now they play now Carolina Panthers is going to be the number 1 Survivor entry this week. We thought about it. We obviously, in my sheet before the season, had Carolina. This is the only time to use Carolina. They are 5.5-point favorites at home versus New Orleans Saints. Now it's the Carolina Panthers haven't been favored. The Carolina Panthers are 5-4, and they haven't been favored yet, which is pretty wild. Maybe the Jets game, the line kind of switched towards kickoff, but either way. They haven't won. They haven't been favored, I think, or won. They're 0-10 as a favorite since 2021 against the spread and straight up. But now they're laying 5.5 to the Saints, and you get why. Tyler Shuck is the quarterback for the Saints. The Saints are not good. They got massacred versus the Rams last week. Tyler Shuck, second start ever, but he is 39 years old. He's a 39-year-old rookie. He's like Dennis Quaid out there. I do think Carolina wins that game, but I'm not willing to make that play because we do have a couple more options. Chicago is definitely an option. They are playing the Giants at home. They're 4.5-point favorite.
How about them Giants, baby? Huh? You bet your ass.
You're right. That's why we did not go with the Bears either. One, there's going to be a lot of snow there, and I didn't want to lose to Jackson Dart and have my Uncle Kevin have that over my head the entire time. The Bills we did not have. Detroit we do have, but we're kind of saving them. They're playing Washington. That's probably the best option if you don't have Denver tonight or Detroit. Detroit, there's a few other chances you can use them. They're on the road. Close your eyes special, as Kramer says. They're playing Marcus Mariota in Washington. Detroit should destroy Washington. So yeah, we couldn't live or die with Carolina. So I think it hasn't been confirmed because I still have to confirm it with the sister. But as of now, it looks like we are going with, and I'm going to say, you know what, we're going with it. We're going with the Seattle Supersonic Seahawks, who look like the best team in football right now. They are at home versus Arizona. Now, Arizona is a formidable foe. Jacoby Brissett, obviously better than Kyler Murray. I love the rigmarole they have to do with that. We all have to pretend that Kyler Murray's hurt. Why can't we just bench quarterbacks anymore? Why is that such a fucking disastrous of a thing?
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
Yes, Kyler Murray was their franchise. They drafted him number 1. But Jacoby Brissett's playing better. So what? Who cares? Why can't you just say that? Oh, well, no, he's our starter. Brissett's a starter. He's obviously better, and he's playing better. And, but now we're going to say Murray's got a bad foot. He's out 4. These things can take 4 weeks. Wasn't he just out 4 weeks? Yeah, but it can be another 4 weeks sometimes if the first 4 weeks doesn't work. But he was out there practicing, ready to go. Yep, yeah, I know, he was. And then we saw him throw the ball, and we forgot that he's Kyler Murray. So to protect his ego, everyone has to pretend that he is not healthy. No, I see. Yeah, I see you limping there, Kyler. Yeah, you better take another month off while we have a real quarterback play. But that being said, it's in Seattle. A little risky because Seattle's home road splits aren't the best, but they look great. You have to strike while the iron's hot. They're the best team in football right now. They have owned Arizona last year. They swept them pretty good, and they're not nearly as good as the team they are this year. With Sam Darnold, they just traded for Rashid Shaheed. We're going to go with Seattle as our survivor. Why not? Let's do it. Don't let us down, Seahawks, Sam Darnold. Don't you die on me now, Sam Darnold. Don't you pull one of those old bullshit games you did like last year at the end of the season. Soft benching, says Feach right now, right? The soft benching. That term come up. That everyone has to be the soft benching. Hilarious. They just said that with JJ as well. But now, see, it wasn't soft. He's back. So let's do it. Let's do Seattle Seahawks to Survivor, $20 into $20 million on a tough week. And let's hope those New Orleans Saints and Tyler Shuck and Dennis Quaid, a 39-year-old rookie quarterback, can pull off the upset and beat Carolina and knock out half the entries. That'd be amazing. All right, now let's get into the box. First of all, thank you everyone in the chat. Mac, Feach, John, Beeves, everyone out here. I can't even name you all. Ronnie Pasco. Next slide, Sullivan. Great to see that. He wants to know if we have the full car wash. You damn right we do. Where is that damn car wash soundboard?
We got the full car wash! Woo-hoo!
That's right. The soundboard has been missing the last couple of days. For one time I forgot. Life's been all over. Man in the Box has been all over it. So we are here. We are here with the full soundboard. Full soundboard. Where the hell? How do I get rid of that comment? Now I can't. Now I scroll too long. Hold on. There we go. All right. Feach also says R.I.P. to ESPN Bet 2023 to 2025. ESPN in general. ESPN Bet was awful. Everyone now we're calling it Penn Gaming because Penn Gaming was with Barstool and then they switched over to ESPN. ESPN, they have no perception or concept of how they're perceived by the public. They think because obviously they put their network on with personalities. They fired hundreds and hundreds of actual journalists and they give all their money to like 8 people to have the worst fucking takes and opinions and just scream and do whatever. And then they think we like these people just because we can't avoid them. Like ESPN's unavoidable because it's Disney and it's on everywhere. That doesn't mean we want to see Stephen A's top 5 parlays or whatever. So they did ESPN Bet. It was a disaster. And that makes us root against, and first of all, it was a bad sports book. Penn Gaming. But it is funny watching people root for companies to fail. And people are excited that this is a thing. And now ESPN's going with DraftKings. Very exciting news. Can't wait. Can't wait for the great partnership with ESPN and DraftKings. I love that they announce it. Like, we have a new partnership to announce. Go fuck yourselves, ESPN. My God.
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
How about this? How about they're so out of sorts. Did you see the Twitter thing yesterday where Stephen A. Smith did an obvious ad campaign about solitaire? Remember he was caught playing solitaire during the NBA finals. So and I don't even blame ESPN for this shit as much as I do advertising companies where I think that'll be hilarious. We'll turn this into something. So Stephen A goes, I was training for a solitaire. I think you can beat me. And then all the other ESPN personalities tweet out like, I'll beat you, Stephen A. I'm Mina Kimes. I'm Lauren Rutledge. Oh, you can beat me. And it's all paid advertisement. Like, dear God, nobody likes you. Nobody likes this. I have a thing with advertisers because they all make like $400,000 and they're the biggest goddamn idiots in the office world, especially in the office because they think they're creatives. Advertisers who think they're creatives tilt me beyond. They're the ones like playing ping pong and, fucking they're playing foosball in the office. People are trying to get work done. Sorry, I'm trying to get creative here. You don't know how we think. We do the advertising. We do the creativity. Oh, let me make the loudest sound possible in the office while I come up with this genius idea to have LeBron James recreate his Take My Talents to South Beach thing, but for Cavassier. Isn't that brilliant? People will like that. No, they won't. People will hate that, actually. They hated it 20 years ago, and they're going to hate it now. Why would you bring that up? You're not funny. No, I am. I'm funny. Because I was a communications major.
That's not the answer.
Max says, can't wait for the Barstool ESPN collab. I know. Well, Barstool, that's the other thing. Barstool made half of their living of being the anti-ESPN, but they're also bad themselves. Anyway, let's talk some dogs, right?
Happy birthday.
That's from the other soundbite. And that's the one soundbite I had to do because I got to talk. We have to talk dogs before we leave here. I'm getting too angry about ESPN. That's what happens. We're in a box. There was a story that came out. Speaking of money and companies and investments, Tom Brady had his dog Junie cloned. That came out. That his new dog was a clone of his old dog Junie, who happened to be my sister's old dog, who passed away as well. Obviously, odd news. Every Tom Brady news is odd, but it's also a company that he owns or has, majority ownership investing in of this dog technology of cloning. So that sparked a debate of cloning dogs and Tom Brady himself, who was kind of an alien. Tom Brady, much like Tom Cruise, hasn't really been a human being in over 30 years, doesn't really know what that's like. So when he says he cloned a dog, I believe it. Now there's a philosophical debate. Do dogs have souls? I heard that. I like hearing that on sports talk radio. People debating if dogs have souls. I don't know if I want to clone a dog. It's not going to be the same dog. What if it's a bad dog? What if you get an evil dog? Well, then you kill that. You keep cloning it till you find the one you want. Clone and kill, I say. Bill Cruz said, did they have to deflate the original dog? Very good. Someone also said last night, do not let Michael Vick get a hold of this technology, if you will. Clone all the dogs. First of all, it's hilarious that they're cloning dogs. American are dogs. And I love dogs. I'm not going to say I don't like dogs. But there's plenty of dogs in this country. You can get a hold of another dog, Tom. What are you doing? Yeah, but it's going to look just like what they're all damn dogs. Just get another dog, train it. It doesn't understand. It's like a 4-year-old. Just looking into a dog. Remember who you used to be? That's just insane. Roddy Pasco says, I hope they don't clone Kirk Herbstreit's dog. I think they have been cloning Kirk Herbstreit's dog. Every time one dies, there's a brand new one looks just like it. I bet he's got a whole stable of dog clones out there, back there, wherever the hell he lives, in Tennessee. Children of the Corn style of dogs. Pet cemetery vibes, Max says. I also heard the term Jurassic Bark, if you will. But, yeah, it's just so wild. The other countries can't believe our fascination with dogs. Ever since we started let them play poker in those paintings. They go out, especially out here in LA, they go out to restaurants, they're sitting at the table. The dog, there's a dog next to me right now. That's Spuds McKenzie. Next slide, Sullivan. Let me get him in the shot. He's a clone. Can't replace Spuds. Hey, Spuds. You OD. Spuds McKenzie must have OD'd in the 80s, right? My God. Well, he's got to be sober now. Spuds. Is that what happened? Spuds? Put a little too many dog years on your life there? Too many hangovers? I get it, Spuds. You lived a rough life, R-U-F-F. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. My God, didn't have cloning back in the 80s. I don't even know what that means. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going with it. But yeah, that's definitely weird. He's a clone. Brady might be a clone. He's just... There are so many dogs that you could bring in and trade. I mean, I know that, okay, you create the physical dog, but you still have to train it and talk to it, right? And also, you create just creating a dog in a lab. Can you get him a lab coat dog? Can you dress up these dogs? Despite misogyny. Spuds Feet says Spuds has more baby mamas than Stefan Diggs. Oh, Spuds laid it. Spuds spread it out there. That's what I'm saying. There's no need to clone when there's 50 Spudses flying around there. Anyway, lots of things happened today. Anyway, oh, wow. We are well over an hour because I knew this dog cloning thing was going to get me going. Do they come out evil, though? That's what I mean. I hope they do. This has got to be a quarterback and his dog clones. My God, Tom, what does it take for you to have human interaction? If anyone has another 90 thou to spend and you want to clone your dog, we'll give you a bastardized version of a pet that you used to love. Should last about 8 months. It's a good thing to do with your money and time. Just warp life.
Cultural gap.
Yeah, it is. Big time.
Anyway. What if it just kept multiplying like gremlins?
It's bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's show. This is getting out of hand. Good luck on the Thursday Night Football. Good luck with the Circa Millions. Let's do the goddamn $20 to $20 million. We're going to do it. We are not going to lose to these sons of bitches.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
All right, Lou, get us out of here.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Lou. Make sure you tune into the prop show coming up in an hour with me, Sean, and Ryan. Thursday props, 3 gens after that. Follow me on all the socials. Thank you, everyone. Thumbs up, subscribe. And Sunday, pregame show, I'll be here in the studio with Kramer while Sean is in Lambeau doing his Eagle thing.
All I gotta say is go fucking bird! Oh, we apologize for that.
Yeah, we apologize. Landon has...
All right, get in your cars and go home.